Thanks for staying with us. It's time for our relationship segment, and with us on the couch is Aremo Olalekun Oluwatobi. He is a certified relationship and marriage coach and mentor. He is all very passionate about God, love, relationships and marriage. He's also very passionate about life transformation, and this morning we'll be talking about love and jealousy in marriage. Does the lack of one mean the absence of another? Very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Now, there are different kinds of, there are different ways jealousy is expressed, right?
Yes.
There is, okay, so first of all, I'd like you to establish what jealousy is.
Okay.
1. 2, let's also, differentiate jealousy between partners, because, there's jealousy that's been exhibited between partners where one partner is earning more than the other, and then there's that jealousy.
Yeah.
There's also jealousy that comes from your partner's relationship, or that comes from your fear of your partner's relationship with a third party.
Yes.
Be it extended family members or friends. So, over to you.
Okay, yeah. So, first, I think I want to also provide a context to love.
Okay,
because I think that that's one of the most misused words these days.
It is.
Usually, it's easy for us to define love as a feeling, okay? But describing love as a feeling is like describing your house as just your living room, okay? Love has a feeling, but love is not a feeling. Love is the choice, the decision to choose, that I've chosen someone and I will keep choosing someone. Okay, that is love. And then jealousy is the sense of, so there are two kinds of jealousy, if I use that word. There's like a destructive jealousy, which is a sense of resentment that can come from feelings that your partner is attracted to someone or something, or more interested in someone or something, or their advantages and successes, which is where advantage as per somebody's earning more than the other, family members, more closer to this family member than to me, and all that. So that is what is destructive, what I call destructive jealousy.
Okay.
Now there's something we can call constructive jealousy, which is a sense of exclusivity that partners share, and each of them actually deserve and can demand that sense of exclusivity. For example, there is a way I would not want to see a man with my wife. Now, if that happens, it's in the right place for me to react in a certain way. Now, if I don't react, that means there's something wrong in itself. Now, that scenario itself can be said to be some form of constructive jealousy, because I demand some level of exclusivity from my partner. So there's that good jealousy in a sense. But the more rampant, whenever I use that word, is the bad jealousy, where that comes from, say, you feel that your partner is more attracted to another person, or maybe to even their work, okay, more than they are to you, and then there's trouble. Or you think that your partner will rather spend more time with his family, with the extended family, than with you, and then there's trouble as well.
Now, let's talk about how to address this, right?
Okay.
The minute now, let's come to a place of awareness, because you have to be aware.
Very important.
That, this is a problem, this is an issue, then you know how to deal with it. Because if you don't know it, if you're not aware of it, then you don't even know that, this is the sort of emotion, or the kind of emotion that you are exhibiting.
Yes.
But before we get to that, there's something that just spoke to me, which is, must love exist, or must jealousy exist in a place of love?
Constructive jealousy, yes.
Okay.
But you don't have...
Destructive jealousy.
It doesn't have to.
All right, no.
Doesn't have to.
Now let's come to a place of, let's talk about awareness. How do we come to that place where we're aware, and then, knowing how to deal with it? Okay,
good. So I'm glad you mentioned awareness, because if I'm to talk about how to even deal with jealousy, the first thing will be awareness, self-awareness.
Yeah.
Because usually it's tempting to want to think about your partner first as the cause of your jealousy, where you are pointing fingers that the other person needs to change for me to stop being jealous. But that's not the case. You have to first be the one to be aware of, why am I feeling this way? Sometimes it could even be childhood trauma. Okay, if you are, for example, say a second born, permit me to use that word, that was always your
That's it.
firstborn is
Yeah,
chosen over
yeah,
you,
you.
and you've had that experience over time, you might find that even when you are married, you still feel that way. So it's nothing your partner has done. So you first need to find out, why am I feeling this way? And then number two thing would be that after you're aware, then it's important that you speak with your partner about it. Okay, open communication is very important. Okay, you talk about how I feel this way. Say, for example, your partner picks calls at 10
Odd hours
p.m.,
of the night.
odd hours, 10, 11, okay, and it's concerning to you. Okay, so first you're aware that, okay, I don't like this picking of call. It makes me feel this way. Then you speak to your partner about it. Babe, when you pick calls at this time, I feel that it infringes on our personal time. Now, self-awareness has made that conversation better. If it wasn't self-awareness, you would attack your partner. But now that you're aware, okay, I'm feeling this way, the conversation is that this is affecting us, not me, in a sense. Now, your partner can get that. Then we can now go to where we can now establish boundaries. Okay, so we are saying, so babe, can we start a boundary where in our family we end phone conversations at 9 o'clock? If you have to have late night conversations, can you let me know ahead? Okay, and then those three key things, if you can put them in place, you find out that it's easy. Before you know it, destructive jealousy begins to win out as much as possible.
Yeah, but also in a case where there is already, there's a case of infidelity,
Okay.
which already exists in the relationship. How do you address that, also coming from a place of jealousy?
Yeah. Okay, so if there is confirmed infidelity, okay, now it's important that if it's still suspicion, like they've not actually confronted themselves about it, there's almost nothing that can be done. Because you just keep feeling resentful and all that. So when there's infidelity, it's important that the partner points it out to themselves. I feel you are doing this. I saw this. I noticed this. Okay. Now, if that is established, the question now is the partner, the herring partner, is the partner, what's the word now? Remorseful. Okay.
I was coming there.
Yeah. Now, if the partner is not remorseful and feels you made me do it and all this, at that point, there's almost nothing the other partner can do, because everything you try to do will come off as an attack to this other person. They are not in a place to hear you at all. So usually it requires help for them to deal with that. So it's best that they speak to a professional help to help them deal with that. But if you are now, let me use the word lucky, that the partner is remorseful and listens and apologizes. Okay, now apology does not mean that your jealousy and your lack of trust automatically disappears. Okay, but from there you can now begin to work out ways to restore that. And it's important that the erring partner ask, so I've messed up, how can I regain your trust again? They should not just expect that because I've apologized, magically my 100% trust is restored. It doesn't usually work like that.
So from everything you've said right now, I'm spotting a lot of emotional intelligence that needs to be displayed, when having this conversation, with your partner. So that way they understand where you're coming from, and then that mode of communication is, properly, there are no gaps in between.
Yes, it's very important.
It's very, 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 very insightful. Finally, I would also like to talk about, it's very easy for jealousy to get into resentment. There's like a thin line. Before you know it, you're having this jealousy, and then you're, building some sort of resentment. But, you've addressed it talking about self-awareness. The minute you're aware, then you know how to deal with it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Always
me.
a pleasure having you here on the show. And that's it on our relationship segment.